filled with the belief that only men were worthy enough to choose professions based on the scientific communities. I doubt that this discovery and invention would have ever made come. These extraordinary women would have never surfaced because no man, and I repeat, no man can fulfill his or her dream except God wills it. The importance of women and girls in science are uncountable, as they are numerous, as they have been a great resource in the forefront of development. They are never afraid of the outcome, be it positive or negative. Women who have been known for their renowned courage to always partake in great things. How far could we have advanced in the world with only men and no women in sciences and technologies? We should make more effort towards the development of girls and women in sciences. This can be achieved by providing institutions of learning with adequate and necessary materials. Make science subjects, especially mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, etc., friendly subjects to all students, especially the female students in sciences. Students should be awarded either partial or full scholarship to allow the female students to become participants in sciences. Mary Britt, Mercer, a Norwegian physiologist and a neuroscientist, who was awarded the 2014 Nobel Prize for her discovery of grid cells and other neurons that were part of the brain mechanisms, would have never had the courage to come out to pursue her dreams if girls were deprived of education. In order to take charge of educating girls, we need an informative, rich society where everyone has access to supportive learning opportunities in the community through public schools, through private libraries in the community, national clubs, access to counselors and mentors. As the value of mentorship is irreplaceable, finding a mentor early on will help you to develop wonders and help you to become what you want to become in life, as he or she will coach you and develop you in your field of interest. These and many more are the roles which you and I can actively play to develop the interest of women and girls in sciences. Thank you for listening, sir.
Thank you so much. Wonderful, magnificent presentation from you. Oh, please, can you give her a round of applause? I'm so happy. I love your energy. I love your energy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Over to you, Fabi Kwanu. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. The organizers, sir, can you hear me? Sir? Can you hear me, sir?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, we need to let you know that we are live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. As we're speaking, we are live on Facebook. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. The organizers, the admin manager, the moderator, and the co-participants. With due respect, I greet you all. I'm a female science student from Triplecross High School, Lagos, and my name is Anolua Kosimi Fadiko. I'll be talking on the girl sciences, Maro Yoro. Science or scientia is a body of verifiable knowledge obtained as a result of intellectual battles of over a million years, whose purpose is to solve organized practical problems. As you all know, despite its ills that come with science, I can't imagine a world without science. No wonder people call God science. Without any rhetorics, science is as old as the creation of the world itself. Our world of technology today is a baby of science. It is unarguably a fact that if technology is knowing and doing, then science is knowledge and knowing. Several communiques across continents recently have shown that there is inequality in the distribution of female science learners and female scientists across institutions and sectors. Despite the rare accomplishments in science fields, Marie Curie, the legendary scientist who won 2 Nobel Prizes,
one in physics and the other in chemistry. A feat that is yet to be rivaled by any human being in history was the female scientist. You and I have a role to play in disputing the superiority of masculine gender over the effeminate ones when it comes to science. A very good example is the controversy between two topmost American physicians, Dr. Deborah Brooks, a female physician, and Dr. Anthony Fauci, a male physician. Perhaps America would have been safer during this pandemic if they had listened to the former, but for being a female scientist. In another development, female scientists in various fields, such as pure and applied sciences, engineering, medicine, computing and mathematics, environmentals, etc., etc., should be made as role models for men and mentors for the budding scientists. Occasionally, seminars, workshops, and forums could be organized for the future female scientists, and at such gatherings, modeling, mentoring, and giving of pep talks by female scientists are carried out in order to encourage the young female scientists. It is equally advisable that scholarship grants should be given to the exceptionally gifted and indigent but intelligent students in the field of science by philanthropists, the government, and the NGOs. By doing so, the decreasing number of female scientists will experience retardation. Sooner or later, you will agree with me that what a man can do, a woman can surpass. Culturally and religiously, or as a norm, in some cultures, especially Africa, women are made to play a second fiddle role to men. This is the 21st century. Right-thinking people in society should act as a guidance and counselor for the female scientists in society. By so doing, they gain their confidence and are more emotionally stable. This singular act is capable of acting not only as a synchronon, but also as a locus standi and locus parentis, in showing their God-given talents and making great progress in all competent disciplines called science. In addition, schools should generally stock their libraries with adequate up-to-date science textbooks. Libraries in schools and communities at large should have relevant science textbooks that refer to accomplished female scientists and their achievements instead of male-dominated science alone. The production of modern relevant science textbooks in libraries would empower and encourage potential female scientists so as to allow them to commit to their passion in science. All said and done, it is quite obvious that Rome was not built in a day. We should not relent on our efforts in engaging and making a positive contribution towards the development of female science. Remember that he who builds a woman builds a nation, because I see them as playing a vital role in seeking a permanent solution to numerous scientific and technological problems. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Excellent presentation. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. You guys, you are telling us that you are ready to take the baton. Thank you so much. Presentation. In fact, let me do like this for you. Thank you, thank you. And also to your great teachers. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okoro Jennifer, over to you now. Okoro Jennifer, over to you. Let's hear from you too.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Good morning, organizers of this program, the admin manager, the moderator, and other co-participants. My name is Jennifer Okoro, a female science student from Triplecross High School, Ogba, Lagos. The world has recognized National Girls' Day on February the 11th. Magnificent women teach very interesting subjects such as biology, physics, chemistry, and other sciences. Without a doubt, most women who teach science in schools have gone through hardships that can as well guide and assist many young girls to be a part of science. According to a website dealing with girls and science, girls account for only 28% of research over all the girls that take science classes. Statistics also show that only 54% of
students who graduate and get a bachelor's degree are girls. From the same reference, studies show that 49% of them are doctoral students, while 39% of them are researchers. Young girls can be encouraged to switch around these statistics and make a global positive change now. By joining and committing oneself to science, it is definitely no joke. Along the line, it has been found that motherhood can have an effective, sorry, along the line, it has been found that motherhood can have a negative effect on the choice of women, either joining science or not. In some situations where females have experienced motherhood, it can be, in some situations where females have experienced motherhood, it can be brought about that most of them are discouraged in these situations. To be honest, it shouldn't be an obstacle to a woman's career development. Women scientists tend to be concentrated and specified in the social sciences, whilst they are underrepresented in engineering and technology. It is logical that such women who choose these educational plans specified in the sciences are highly likely to experience many obstacles, which can help toughen some conditions for girls. Girls should be well brought up, and at the same time, it is actually a merit for such a young girl to receive and cope with hardships along the way. This will help females to overcome so many negative influences that will prohibit and deprive the experience of becoming somebody in science. From stereotypes to personal and social responsibilities interfering with each other, I believe that if our young girls of today are to consider joining the sciences, the benefits received and gained are far too many. Young girls, ladies, female pupils, and overall, women have to change our mindsets and start taking action. We have the power to turn around these statistics and play a role in the world of science together. Science is known to improve our lives and drive progress everywhere we go. We females have to show the world and prove to social media that not only men can do that, women also can do better. In addition, female science teachers should be given added advantage over their male counterparts. It would be advisable also to have the access to scientific textbooks at affordable prices. Please, let's not forget to inform others on science. Let us prolong the ongoing list of committed females that have actually, let us prolong the list of females that have committed themselves to science. I hope this consideration of mine will be hopefully everlasting and not discouraging. Thank you for your time, sir.
Wow. Thank you so much. Wonderful presentation from Triplecross. Let's go to community senior school. Yeah, because we're gonna yeah, so you can have a lot of sessions now before we have the country manager. Yeah, community, are you here now? Community school, let us hear from you. Over to you, over to you, over to you, over to you, over to you. Thank you. Fantastic presentation from Adeyemi Fabikun and Okoro Jennifer. Excellent presentation. One of these days, we're going to have a beautiful session with girls from here and India too. Thank you. Community Senior School, are you here? I'm waiting for you. Hello. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Wow. I'm so happy. Hello. ladies and gentlemen, we have the country manager, Jadino. Wow, network. Wow. We have the country manager joining us now. Hello, man. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Community Senior School? Are you there? Okay, while waiting for them, I would like to go back to Triplecross School. Over to you. Can I have Adeyemi Anuluapo online again so that I can quickly ask you one question? Because by 10:20, we've got to end this program. We've got to shut this program down by 10:25, 11:25. Thank you. Can I have Anuluapo online now?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you so much. 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 I understand that community seniors pushing to everyone. Okay, I can see your presentation. Anuluapo, so what advice do you have for young girls all over the world? And how do you think they can actually make more impact for themselves in this present generation? Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir, once again.
Okay, all right.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, once again. All right.
You're welcome.
My advice to...
Did you get my question?
Yeah, could you come again, please? Thank you. Could you come again?
Okay, I said, how do you think we can impact or encourage more girls to choose this line in order to save the future? How do you think we can encourage more girls to do such?
All right, sir. Thank you very much once again for your precious time. As a science student, personally, it hasn't been very easy, but when we put our mind to something that we really want, we know that it can be achieved. So, first of all, my advice to female science students and all science students in general, all over the world, is to be committed to something, you know that you want to do it, and you know that you want to go for it. There's nothing that can stop you. So first of all, when you're committed to something, you know that you cannot do it on your own. You need the support of your parents, you need the support of your friends, the community, you need everyone backing you up. You need all the support you could get. So when you take interest in something, you need to be committed towards it. And then, in order for them to be more interested in this, my advice will also go to the government. I will also like to address the government in this issue. Our governments have done a lot. Yes, we know that, and we really, really appreciate them. But they should put more effort into the development of science institutions in the country, such as institution of experimental laboratories. They should provide adequate health centers. They should provide modern, up-to-date textbooks that will give knowledge to the students on what they want to do. Students should also not give up on their dreams, as they are very likely to become whatever it is they put their mind to. Teaching to make science subject friendly. Let me address that in regards to our wonderful teachers all over the world. All science subjects are seen to most students as strong subjects. They don't want to go into it because they are scared of one thing or another, either physics or chemistry or etc. For instance, take myself for instance, I used to be scared of this subject, especially physics, as a young student in the junior school. But growing up, while I came to this new wonderful school, my teachers have been encouraging and the teaching has been fantastic. So now I am no longer afraid of it. I know that I want to become a medical doctor and I know that I am committed towards it and so I can achieve everything that I want. So these subjects should be made friendly in the classrooms. They should be taught in an orderly manner where students will be so happy to take this science subject and not be afraid of what they want to become. They should pursue their dreams, pursue their goals, and become everything that they want to become because there is no limit to what we can achieve, especially as women. There is no limit to what we can achieve. Everything, everything and anything is within our reach. And if we really want to do it, we can become it. Added to communication for
Thank
female
you
students.
so.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
No. Go ahead.
All right. Added recommendations for female revolution for female teachers. Added revolution for female teachers. Okay, I think that female teachers should be encouraged in their field of studies, whereas they are more motivated. Speakers and experts should be brought to give them conferences that will help to make them better mentors towards us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Awesome. You're speaking like someone who's already in power. You need to be in government. You need to be in government. You need to be in government. Okoro Jennifer, what do you have to say concerning it? What do you have to say? Minutes while we are waiting for Lake to join us. What do you have to say, Okoro Jennifer? On how we can inspire young people to actually venture more into this field.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, sir. Sir, please, can you come again?
I said, how do you think we can inspire more girls to venture into this field in order for them to save our world?
Okay, sir. I believe that one way to inspire girls of our age and to actually encourage them to be a part of science is to share stories involving ourselves. Like, for instance, now let's say if I take my story personally and if I tell other women out there about what I've been through, I believe that will help and encourage other girls to be a part of science, not only for like personal reasons, but I feel like if we actually take a step forward and make like so many social and sorry, sir. I feel like if we make like a lot of social changes and impacts, then I believe that will help girls actually listen and to maybe, take a step back, like take a step forward and like change from their opinion of being, scared of science. And I feel like it'll actually help them to face challenges and to not feel scared all the time about trying something new. So did you hear that?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Final one from Papi Planoluwa, over to you. How do you think we can actually make girls great more in this present generation? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ladies and gentlemen, teachers, the moment has finally arrived now. Wow. Okay. We will not waste too much time. I'm Oluwa.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, I can't really hear you.
We can inspire more girls. Work for C. Over to you. You said.
Sir, I can't really hear you. It's cracking.
Your line is breaking.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll do this after this session. Ma'am, over to you. I'm so glad to let you know that the country manager, the general manager and general medicines of Nigeria and Ghana, country lead, Sanofi, is online with us. Over to you now, Miss Folake Odediran. Over to you, ma. Hello, ma.
I can hear you, Tayo.
Thank you so much. Good morning and welcome to this wonderful edition. We have girls from Triplecross High School joining us. We have Nigeria Girls Guide Association from Ogun State joining us on this, and we have students from community senior schools on this network now. Over to you, ma'am. Miss Folake Odediran is the country manager, country lead Nigeria, general manager, general medicines, Nigeria, Ghana, and she was teaching us today the roadmap.
All right, thank you, Tayo. I think your network is a bit poor there, but I don't know if you all can hear me. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Awesome. Good morning. I'm very privileged to be part of this beautiful meeting this morning. Thank you, Mr. Olutayo, the visionary of DoTheDream Youth Development Foundation. Thank you for inviting me for this great opportunity to be part of the celebration of International Day of Women and Girls in Science. I feel greatly privileged and I'm honored, and thank you so much. All protocols duly observed. I'm so sorry I didn't start this meeting with us, but I give my regards and respect to all dignitaries present at this meeting. Thank you for having me. And to our wonderful girls and our wonderful boys, I want to believe we have a mix of gender here. Thank you so much for being part of this wonderful celebration and for contributing to changing the narrative of Africa. Because indeed, you guys are the future. You are Africa, and you have the opportunity not just to take on Nigeria, not just to take on Africa, but to take on the whole world. And it is a beautiful time to be a girl. So Tayo was saying that I'll be teaching. Not really. I think I'll just give a little charge to my listeners as we celebrate the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. And what I will talk about briefly today is, what is your role? What is your role in advancing gender equality? What can you do as a young, beautiful girl to make sure that you advance gender equality and to make sure that you advance the cause of science? And what can you do as a young, growing, young boy or young man, because I believe there are boys and probably men amongst us today, to support the cause of women in science, to support the average young girl in science and to advance it. Maybe before I start, can you hear me clearly, by the way?
We can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me ask one or two questions. I know a lot of you are muted. I know a lot of you are, but let me just ask a question like an icebreaker so that it can help us. Do you think there is a difference between a girl and a boy? Can anybody, I want the students to answer. Do you think there's any difference between a girl and a boy in terms of, not physically, apart from physically, do you think there's any other difference between being a boy or being a girl as a gender? Does anybody have an idea?
So then you've got to unmute yourself so that
if you want to talk, I need you to be a bit open so that it's interactive, because this is part of how we advance the cause of girls. If you can unmute yourself, I like that. Somebody said, not really, ma.
Good morning, ma.
Hello, dear.
Yeah, my name
Good
is
morning,
Adeyemi
my dear.
Precious. My name is Adeyemi Precious from Triplecross High School, ma.
Very well, Adeyemi. Is there a difference between a boy and a girl?
No, ma'am.
Beautiful, no. Do we agree with Adeyemi? Is there anybody in the room that thinks otherwise? That think, oh, there's a difference?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Is there a difference between boys and girls, or between a boy and a girl in terms of what they can do, in terms of value, in terms of intelligence quotient? Do you think there's a difference?
No, ma, there's no difference, ma.
Beautiful. So we already have the right orientation about this. So this is where I will take my talk from. The first thing you need to realize is that we are all equal. Is that all right? What a man can do, or what a boy can do, a girl can absolutely do it equally or even better. You need to first fully realize that we're all equal. Your brain has the same capacity to take in information. Your mind has the same capacity to process the same information. Your brain has the same capacity to learn, whether engineering, mathematics, physics. You can be an astronaut, whatever it is that you desire to be. You have the capacity to influence in a place of leadership. There are women who are politicians. Today, the Vice President of the United States is a woman, Kamala Harris. You can influence in the world of economics. Talking about our very own Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, doctor, who is the new WTO president. Is that all right? You can be a prime minister, talking about the prime minister of, I think that is Germany. We have women who are leading in Germany, in Ethiopia. Is that all right? So in all walks of life, women have capacity to equally do what men do. We have women who are doctors. I am a pharmacist. I graduated about 21 years ago from the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. I did physics, biology, chemistry when I was in secondary school like yourself. And when I was in the university, I read pharmacy, which means I did pharmacology, pharmacognosy. You know, I had boys in my class, and today I lead, by the grace of God, a multinational organization, the 5th largest pharmaceutical company in the whole world, and I am a girl. Is that all right? So one of the first ways, one of the first role of the girl in science is for her to realize that she is not different from the man in terms of her mind. So that is the role of the girl. I'm gonna divide my talk into two. I have very limited time because I have another meeting, unfortunately, but I'm so honored to be here. So the first part of my talk is the role of the girl. That's your own role. And then the second part is the role of our teachers, the role of the society, and the men. So let's start with the girl. The first role of the girl is for her to realize that she's not different from the man. She can drive a car. How many of you have parents who drive? You don't have to unmute yourself. Just give me a hand sign. I'm sure you are digitally savvy. Beautiful. Like I say, your videos, if your video is not on, just do a hand sign. There's a part of your Zoom that they call reaction. Just give me a thumbs up. Can you see what I have on my screen? And if you're very savvy, you can just do this. If you have it on your, beautiful, excellent. Thank you, Abigail. Awesome, awesome. So the first role you need to know as a girl is that you are not wired differently from a boy. You can drive, you can teach, you can lead, you can influence, you can lead a movement, you can lead an NGO, you can be a school principal, you can be a commissioner, you can be a senator. Is that okay? You can be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You can be an ambassador, you can be an astronaut, you can be anything you choose to be. So the first thing is for you to know you are not different. The second thing for you to know is that you have to decide in your heart that your life matters and that you can contribute. The problem is not really that you are a girl. The problem is because sometimes the society makes the girl to think the only thing she can do is marry and have children. So marriage and children is part of it, but it's not the only thing. So the first thing is you are equal. The second thing is you have to decide that you are important, and you have to decide that you can bring value. That's the second thing. First thing is acknowledge I am equal with the man. I am not different. Second, decide I am important and I can bring value. Third, be determined. Now that is the tough one, because sometimes you will fail your physics. Sometimes mathematics will be difficult. Sometimes, I don't know, those were the courses we did when I was secondary school. Biology, the drawings, when they ask you to draw a rabbit, or they ask you to draw, what do you still draw? Or they talk about salmonella typhi and all those complex things. Sometimes it can be boring, but you have to be determined. Don't give up. That's what I'm saying. That's the third point. Don't give up. Your role, further maths. Thank you, Abigail. Don't give up. Everything in life, people know it because they spend time. People know things because they spend time. All this thing of, oh, he's born super, he's born intelligent. No, it's because somebody has been spending time. So if you have problem with further maths, spend time with it. No Telemundo, you hear me? Even if you watch Telemundo, just maybe once, you know, spend more time with your books and start early. If you spend more time with your book, you will uncover further maths. If you spend more time with your book, you will understand chemistry. If you spend more time, you will understand physics, biology. So I have said three things. You are not different from the man. I have said you are important. You should know that you have value. And the third thing I have said is be determined. Now, I want to say the fourth thing, which is part of the role of the girl, which is you need to have a growth mindset. Maybe this is the most important thing I will say today. You need to have a growth mindset. What do I mean by a growth mindset? A growth mindset is somebody with a growth mindset is someone that believes that he can learn anything and he can become anything he wants. Somebody with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, believes that I don't know how to drive, I can never drive, driving is difficult. So people with growth mindsets learn that anything can be learned, anything can be developed, anything can be grown. So your role as a girl on your way to becoming, your role as a girl on your way to becoming a visionary is to have a mindset that says anything is possible, everything is possible. Is that okay? But not just the mindset. You also need to have the willingness to learn, which means you will do lessons, which means you will make great choices. You will make trade-offs. Does anybody know the meaning of the word trade-off? Can anybody tell me what trade-off means?
The word what?
Trade-off. T-R-A-D-E-O-F-F. Have you ever heard that word before? Trade-off. Excellent. Can anybody tell me what it means? If you have a phone, check your Google. This is part of the training. Check Google quickly and tell me what Google tells you trade-off means. Check a dictionary. Trade-offs. What does it mean? Anybody? Quick finger. Please, can you say it quickly? Trade-offs. What does it mean? My time is running. Any situation in which the quality or quantity of one thing must be decreased for another. Thank you. If you want to advance in science, you must increase attention to your books and decrease television, which means you must trade off TV. You must trade off unnecessary things. I'm using TV because that's the commonest example. You must not waste your time. You must make choices. If you want to advance in science, you must make trade-offs. So I've said a few things regarding the role of the girl. Realize you are equal, be determined, you have value, have a growth mindset, and make trade-offs. Make trade-offs. Make trade-offs. Maybe the last thing I'll say for the girl before I go to the role of the society and other people is don't give up. Don't give up. Somebody said trade-off is to exchange something of value, especially as part of a compromise. If you're going to advance in science, you have to make a compromise. Is that okay? You have to make a compromise. Sometimes during holidays, you will need to read your books. Sometimes you will need to use part of your feeding money to do extra classes. That is called a compromise. Sometimes there's a lady with a blue mask. I'm so loving you. If you can just, I think it's Triplecross School. She has a purple mask and she has cornrows. I love your hair. That is how your hair should look as a girl. Don't start doing weaving now. You don't have time. Yes. A girl, you hear me? This is not the time for weave on. I wish I can see your nails. Can you show me your nails? Can you see my own? The road up is far. So this was a trade-off I made as a little girl. And even now that I am an MD, I still don't paint my nails. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's just that it may take 1 hour to do it in a salon sometimes. It may take 2 hours. And as a girl, especially a young girl, you have to make nice choices very early. And then I think the next point I want to say, you can see I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not using any script. The next thing I want to say for the girl is part of making choices is to be morally, you need to make trade-offs morally. You hear me? I'm sure they've taught you about sex education. You can have boyfriends. You can talk with people who are boyfriends. They are just your friends. That's all. Is that okay? It's too early to get into serious things because those things will distract you. They are not bad. They will just distract you. When you are more mature and you are more ready, you can make those decisions. Thank you so much, Nigerian Girls Guide Association of Ogun State. God bless you. So that is for the girl. What is the role of the society? I think the first role is that the society and our teachers and our government, I'm going to put them together, is that they need to accept that the girl is not different from the boy. They need to stop saying, Jumoke, cook the food, cook the food. Our mothers at home should realize that boys too can cook food. You hear me? Our mothers should realize that boys should work in the kitchen and girls should work in the kitchen. There is no role. We shouldn't separate that. This task is for boys, this task is for girls. That is why the girls grow up and think they cannot fly a plane. You can cook spaghetti, you should be able to make a bar, but you should also be able to drive a car. Is that okay? So the role of the society is to provide support such that the girl is not made to feel inferior. The society must provide support such that the girl is not inferior to the boys. That's one of the roles of the society. The second role of the society is that the society must ensure that violence against girls is stopped. Sincerely, the government needs to ensure it. The teachers need to ensure it. Violence against the girl child must be stopped. And one of the ways that you can quickly do that, if I can talk to the girl child, is that the next time you are, that girl with the purple mask, what's your name?
Jennifer Okoroma.
Jennifer, the next time somebody touches you the way you don't like, don't shout. You don't have to shout. Just talk to him calmly and say, I do not like to be touched like that. Please don't do it again. Okay, and when you say it, look at him straight in the eye. Don't shout, don't scream, don't be rude. Just say, hello. I observed that yesterday when we were talking, you touched me in a particular place I do not like. Please don't do it again. Be very firm in your conviction. So that was just a digression. I just used Jennifer as an example. Another role of the society is to create an enabling atmosphere to support the girl child through education, through awareness, just like what just like what Tayo is doing. So can we give a round of applause for the Do the Dream Foundation? Can we give a round of applause or a thumbs up? Can we say thank you to Tayo, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing for the girl child. So that's another road. We need to raise awareness. We need to provide funding. The government needs to support funding. They need to create, when I was in secondary school, we had a lot of opportunities for, we had laboratory, we had girls science secondary school. Girls science secondary school. I don't know whether we still have those things. Those things were targeted at specifically advancing the interest of the girl in science. So another role of the society is to create educational platform that pushes the girl forward. We need to create educational platform that pushes the girl forward. I need to bring my conversation to an end, unfortunately, so I do not bore you. But before I end my conversation, I'm gonna say a few things to the girl. I wanna say that today there is more acceptance for the girl child than there used to be. Like I said at the beginning, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, is a girl. The WTO, World Trade Organization, is the first time in 75 years. The head of it, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, is a girl. Is that okay? The Finance Minister of Nigeria is a girl. Is that okay? Who else? The First Lady of Lagos State is a girl. Senator Remi Tinubu is a girl, so you can be anything. And my humble self, I'm the MD of a multinational company. I'm a girl. The MD of Cadbury Nigeria. If you know Cadbury, the people that do, is it Nesumilo, is a girl. The chairman of First Bank, Ibukun Awashika, is a girl. So I want you to know that nobody can stop you except you stop yourself. I want to encourage the girls, please make right trade-offs, have a growth mindset, be committed, don't give up, believe in yourself, believe that you have value, and please have the courage, if you fail, to pick it up again. Failure is not an end. Is that okay? If you fail your exam, please do a receipt. If you fail a math test, do a new one, you will pass it. If you fail, do it again. And if you fail, do it again until you pass it. Please, there is opportunity for you to have counselors. Apart from meetings like this, if you have opportunity to have people who can guide you, your counselor, your mentors, I beg your pardon. Your mentor can be your senior sister. Your mentor can be your school teacher. Your mentor can be your principal. Is that okay? Your mentor should be someone that has done what you want to do. Someone that has done what you want to do. Is that okay? Your mentor sometimes can even be your neighbor's first daughter who is in the university. So look for people who are good role models in the society. Look for people who have gone to where you want to go to. For example, if you want to be the MD of a multinational organization, you look for mentors who are MD of multinationals. If you want to work in the bank, you look for mentors who work in the bank. If you want to go into politics, you look for mentors who are in politics. I'm bringing this to an end. I have a few minutes. I will ask you if you have any questions that you want to ask me specifically. The last thing I will say for the girl, please respect yourself. Please respect others. When you respect yourself, if you don't want people to touch you anyhow, don't dress anyhow. If you don't want people to talk to you anyhow, don't talk to people I don't chew chewing gum. There are so many things I don't do. And that's because I want to come across as responsible. I don't dress anyhow, and I mean it. So it starts from when you are a girl. If you don't want people to treat you in a manner that you will not be happy, don't treat them in a manner that they will not be happy. Don't raise your voice at men. Don't be rude. Girls are beautiful. Girls are God's creation. Girls are angels. Girls are wonderful, and it's a good time to be a girl. Thank you, Tayo, for having me. I'm very happy to take your questions if you have any. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Awesome presentation. Thank you so much. Please, what are we going to tell Madam Flaky? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ma'am, before you leave, somebody just walked in now. The director of Education District 6, the co-curricular, the man who gave us opportunity to make this work. I'm talking about Mr. Paul Legbeti. Mr. Paul Legbeti have over 100 secondary schools under him in Lagos State. Over to you, sir. Thank you. Over to you. Just say what to the director. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, Mrs. Adedino. Odedino Folake.
Good morning, Mr. Paul. Unfortunately, that network is very bad.
Lots about you.
Thank you, sir.
Continue the good work.
Thank you so
You
much.
are so
sir.
wonderful. Highly honored. I feel highly honored. So sorry. I think there is a network program, a network problem in this place.
Thank you so much.
Or can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. What I was saying earlier on is, I feel highly honored having you on this program.
Thank you, sir.
My prayer is God will continue to uphold you and to assist you in continuing with the good work you have been doing. I was looking forward to having you in another international program very soon. That one will not be like this. It's going to be all-encompassing. And today's program is all about women. And I see myself as a woman too.
That's
I see
right.
myself as a woman because the women are taking over everywhere. Yes. Kudos to you people. And because I have a wonderful woman at home as a wife, I have a wonderful woman as a mother, and I have a wonderful woman that are going places, nations. Cannot, the women have gone in the girls too, they have done a lot in the areas of sciences, and to have a day to celebrate women in science is long overdue. I would be happy if governments of nations can fund programs, training, seminars that will involve more women, decision making in countries. If the government decides, for example, most governments are now trying to do it 60-40, whereby if they want to do appointments, they give outgoing places. Gone are the days where we have only 2 or 5% women in governance. But nowadays, for instance, we look at the government of Lagos State. The government of Lagos State is doing everything possible to make sure that it balances the equation. Among the 6 educational districts that we have in Lagos State, only 2 are men, the tutor general permanent secretaries of districts. 5 and 4 are men, while the remaining 4 districts are controlled by women. The commissioner for education in Lagos State is a woman. The head of Office of Education Quality Assurance in Lagos State is a woman, and we have our own Okoji Iweala that just be elected as the head of the World Trade Organization. You can now see we have the Michelle of Germany and some other places. We have women everywhere and there. So I want the government to pump money to programs that involves women, then to make sure that we encourage our parents at home not to neglect the girl child, because in the African setting, they see somebody that's supposed to play second fiddle to men, and I don't believe that. In fact, the women are leading. Their sense of reasoning and responsibility is on the high side.
Very well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tayo, I don't know
And
if there's
in the side of affairs, there are men. Some people don't like what I'm saying, but that's the plain truth. When I try to check what they have been doing, I saw that I just decided to pop in to talk to you. Has been online and is relating with you. I just said, let me just come in and say good morning to this wonderful woman that I've been hearing.
Thank you, sir.
But for the first time, I'm realizing
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
God bless you. May God replenish your pulse. Thank you very much.
Also, again, question from now, Ma'am, I have one question for you. Somebody is asking, how did you feel when you became the first female personality? How? All right. So, how? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can
the line
you hear
is
me?
breaking. Yes, the line is breaking.
Okay, thank you. He said, when they announced you as the chief, as the country lead, well, how did you feel? What feelings? How is that to your world? When they announced you, how does it feel? How does it feel to be leading the 5th global pharmaceutical industry in the whole world? How does it feel, man?
So let me start by saying that I was very happy, of course, but more importantly, I felt humbled, truly humbled, and I felt truly honored to be given that responsibility. You see, in life, when you have an opportunity to lead, in my view, it's not because you are better than others. It's just because you have been you have a privilege. So I saw it as a privilege opportunity, and I felt challenged. In fact, apart from feeling humbled and happy, the next thing I felt was challenge. And I promised myself that I would not disappoint God. I will not disappoint my parents who are late, because my parents are late. And this is my way of telling whoever is listening to me online, if your mom is late or your dad is late or you are living with your grandmother. I was raised by my grandmother, so it's not an excuse. And I grew up in the village. I don't have time to tell you all this today because I'm really, really supposed to be heading and chairing another meeting. I'm about 20 minutes late for that meeting. But my heart is here with all of you. So I felt happy. I felt humbled, but more importantly, I felt challenged because I realized that I have been given a big responsibility. And I promised God and promised myself that I was not going to fail. It is 3 years, 4 months since I have been made the GM and country lead for Nigeria and for Ghana. And I've done it successfully for 3 years and 4 months. And the business has been growing more and more. In fact, last year, we surpassed all our targets. So it's been a learning opportunity. It's been a great privilege to serve. So I'm grateful to have that opportunity, but I do not take it for granted. I work very hard so that I do not disappoint those who trusted me, and so that I can create the chance for another girl to be made an MD. I hope I've answered that question very well.
Yes, you've answered that question. I know your time is fast spent. Sorry, ma. Just my girls from Triplecross, they have a question for you. Please, over to you, Triplecross. You can unmute yourself and quickly ask your question from the GM. Now, you can unmute so that you can ask ma'am the question before she takes her leave now, before she leaves now. Triplecross, are you here? You can ask your question. The floor is yours now. Unmute yourself and ask your question. Triplecross, Okay. So a question just came in now. Now, Jennifer, your question. Do you have question for ma'am? Okay, sorry, we had some technical issues, but we are good now. Okay, Jennifer, Olu Ayok, Jennifer Adiyemi, Olu, do you have a question for ma'am now? Can you hear me? Triplecross.
I think maybe their connectivity is not very stable. Triplecross, do you have a question? So they have some technical edges. So one of you needs to be a digital expert so that you can ensure that we have very good connectivity in Nigeria. That is a challenge for some beautiful girl out there. You need to grow interest in technology. So Triplecross team, do you have a question for me?
Okay, so leading as a woman, leading women and men, how are you coping, managing and controlling men under your, I don't want to use the word, the word, but let me just say under your judiciary, how are you coping and managing the men?
So thank you, Tayo, for that question. It's a brilliant question. So let me start by saying, when you are a leader, you don't control. You influence and lead people. You support a system. How am I coping? For me, both genders are equal in my mind. So it starts first in my mind. It starts in my mind. I do not see a difference in whether you are a man or a woman. If you remember when I was talking to the girls, I said you need to respect everyone, that when you give people respect, they give it back to you. One of the ways I lead is that I truly have a genuine love and respect for people. And when you respect people, it's very easy to influence them. The second thing is, I do not have a goal of trying to let them know that I'm superior, because if you're leading, it doesn't mean you are superior. Is that okay? Your principal is the head of the school, but it's not necessarily more superior than you. We're all equal both before God and men. Your teachers should be respected and honored, but we shouldn't have a mentality that because we're the head, we're superior. So the way I'm coping is that I do not have a superior mentality. I respect people, and then I communicate. I try to communicate the vision. When you're leading, you need to let people know what you want from them. The reason people do not agree with us sometimes is because people are not clear what our expectations are. So if you are the class prefect, I don't know if you still have class prefect, or if you are the class rep, is it prefect they call it? You need to let people know what you want from them. Because leadership starts from when you are in secondary school. When I was in secondary school, I was the head girl of my school. When I was in university, I was the Secretary General of the Pharmaceutical Association of Nigerian Students. By the grace of God, 20 years down the line, I'm the MD of a company. So I think the leadership, I had built it gradually. As a girl child, you should aspire to be a prefect. Hopefully, if your grades are very good and if you're well behaved, you should be a prefect in your school. As a girl child, you should aspire to have a role in your community, in your mosque, in your church, depending on your faith. As a girl child, you should have a role in your house. You should be that person who supports everyone who remind, mommy, have you taken your drugs? Daddy, have you done? Is that how you develop leadership skills? So how am I managing leading my team? I respect them. I believe that they are all the same. I communicate the vision. And when we have disagreement, I talk about it. And that was why I told you that when somebody hurts you, don't keep it in your mind and then you say you keep malice, or in Yoruba they will say, that's not how to handle it. If somebody is rude to you, you call them and say, I don't like the way you talk to me. So how I'm leading, I communicate what I like, I communicate what I don't like, and when we have problems, we talk about it. And then I pray. So I think these are some of the ways I'm leading. I don't have a problem with the men because I respect them. We are a team. I do not feel superior. One of the problems with working with men is men don't like it when you behave as if you are superior to them. They call it ego, male ego. Well, I don't have a problem with it because in the first place, I do not feel superior to you. Because I'm your leader does not mean I'm better than you. I am just privileged to lead. So I lead as a team. I think that's part of the way that I lead the team. I can only take one more question. I really need to go. I'm really late for my meeting.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Sorry. Triplecross, your question now. Over to you. You can unmute yourself. Our mom has to leave now. She had to. You have the floor now. Over to you, ma'am. Over to you, Triplecross. Your question. We can't hear you.
I think their network is bad. Can you type it, Triplecross?
Triplecross, can you type your question if we can?
Can you type it?
Wow, something like this. Okay.
Very well, Triplecross. I can see your question. In a situation where I want to study something different, but my parents have a plan of their own and also peer pressure. What do? I love your question. You need to have the courage. You don't have to be rude. Look for opportunity to tell your parents, I prefer this. I will be happy if you can support me to study, even if it is economics, even if it's English you want to study. Maybe that is one thing I didn't establish. As a girl, you can be successful with anything. So have the courage to have a conversation with your parents. If your parents do not agree with your passion, look for somebody that your parents can listen to, either your uncle or your pastor or your principal or even your teacher. Just look for somebody that you know your parents will listen to, an adult, and invite the person to help you talk to your parents. But first of all, try to talk to your parents yourself, because ideally, good parenting, parents should listen to their children. But if you think they will not listen to you, if you have older siblings, if you have senior sisters or senior brothers who are more mature, you can talk to your older siblings and talk to your parents. If they don't listen to your older siblings, then you can talk to your teacher, your principal, or even your pastor. But in all this, don't be rude. What you need is to look for an opportunity for them to understand why they should allow you to follow your passion. And last but not the least, you can also pray about it. But don't give up on your dreams. Whatever it is you are interested in studying, please don't give up on it. Stay committed, and you can be anything that you want to be. I hope I have attempted to answer that question.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We're grateful for this beautiful opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. All right. And to students, we've come to the end of this wonderful event today. One of the key things is the questions we'll have. I'm going to schedule a time in which Falaka is going to have a session with girls from Triplecross. I'm going to try and I will seek for that so that we can tackle this. But if you have questions for her, you can send the questions so that we can send the questions to her in order for her to respond and get her responses back. I want to thank everybody the Triplecross Nigeria Girls Association for joining us this wonderful event this morning from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm so honored to have you here. Thank you, all the speakers. You did excellently. Adiyemi Anoluwapo, Okoro Jennifer, and Fabiku Anoluwapo say thank you for that beautiful presentation. And also to the leadership, the principal, the proprietor of Triplecross. Thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity. We salute you and we celebrate you. To our fellow students all over the world joining us, to those on Facebook seeing us, we say thank you. And to those who will see the video later, we say thank you also. And to our colleagues in education across Lagos, we say thank you. We've come to the end of today's edition of International Day of Science, International Day of Science with Girls. I want to thank everybody for joining us. My name is Adebusui Olutayo Oluwadewa. I'm the founder DoTheDream Youth Development Initiative, organization that helps youth to find their voice and create a platform for the voices to be amplified. Thank you so much. And final word from our speakers, final word from Triple Word. If you cannot hear me, just type it. Final word. I can see all your questions. I'm going to take those questions. I will send it to her, and she's going to respond, and I will get back to you. That's one thing I can do. Your final word today. Thank you. You can just type it. And I would love everybody to turn on their video so that we can take a picture. Before we leave. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Let's all take a shot before we leave. It's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Great one. Great one. Wow, community senior, thank you. Great, you are the best today. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great pictures from everyone. All right, thank you so much. And thank you so much. We've come to the end of this session. Let's keep having your questions. We'll send the question to her and we're going to communicate those questions back to you. Thank you. Bye. Wow, thank you. Bye. Thank you.